I'm Mrs. DeYoung and welcome to our virtual art classroom. I am the art teacher at Scroggins Elementary, and sadly we can't be in the classroom making artwork today, but I'm so happy that you're watching this video and I hope that we can make some amazing artwork together. So today your objective is going to be to make a bubble print. Combine art and science to make our bubble prints today. So first of all, what is a print? So a print is an artwork made by transferring one surface onto another surface. So today we're going to be transferring the bubbles onto a piece of paper, and that will create our artwork or our print. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. What you will need is a bowl, a cup of water, food coloring, and a straw. So you're also going to need some paper that you're going to print onto. I just have some random sizes and weights of paper. Don't worry about if you don't have art paper at home, you can just use any type of paper that you have. I know that your supplies might be limited. For example, I only had this type of food coloring, just one bottle in red, but I also had the primary colors in these powder packets. So I'm going to be trying these out. If you don't have food coloring at home, you could also try to use any type of paint you might have. Watercolors would work. Be creative and just kind of go with the flow. I know that supplies are limited right now. The first thing you want to do is make sure and cover your workspace, okay? So you need to have an adult there with you so that you can prepare your workspace. You don't want to have any food coloring or liquid dye getting on your table or your tablecloth because it could possibly stain it. Okay, so I just put some paper down and I have my bowl ready, and I'm going to go ahead and mix in about 3 tablespoons of the dish soap. Okay, this doesn't have to be perfect, but try to have about a 3-to-1 mixture. So that means I'm going to put 3 parts of water and 1 part of dish soap. So I put about 3 tablespoons in. Okay, then I'm going to add my food coloring. I'm going to add about 10 drops. So it's nice and dark. Okay, so at this time you're going to add the water. Okay, so I have about 1 part dish soap to 3 parts water, and I'm just going to mix that up with my straw. Okay, now like I said before, make sure that your surface is covered because you don't want this to overflow onto your table. Okay, so this is the fun part. You can start very gently blowing into your straw. And you want to blow the bubbles so that they overflow the bowl, but you don't want them to overflow onto the table. Okay, so this time I'm going to take my paper and I'm just going to lay it on the bubbles and gently press down. Okay, then you're going to pull up your paper, and what's left behind is the bubble print. Now, I know for you at home, it's hard for you to see what was left behind because the camera doesn't pick it up very well, but what's left behind is the imprint of the bubbles on the paper. Okay, so I'm going to do this again, but I'm going to show you with a little bit more food coloring so that hopefully you can see the bubble print better at home. Okay, so let me show you again, just to remind you. We're going to mix a couple tablespoons of dish soap, your food coloring. I'm going to add in a little bit of extra so that you at home can see my print after I lift it off the paper. Okay, so I have 1 part dish soap. I have my food coloring. I'm adding the water. And now I'm going to stir this up with a straw and blow. Okay, so that's just about as big as I can get it without it overflowing out of the bowl. I'm going to gently take my paper and lift, and you should be able to see the print made from the bubbles. So there are all types of different things that you can do with these prints. You could collage with these prints, you could make a journal, a sketchbook. Once this is dry, you could draw on top of this and make like a mixed media collage. If you're in my art classroom, you know that that means that you can take more than one art supply and you could create another type of artwork on top of this. The sky's the limit with these bubble prints. So I really want you to experiment and see what different types of things you can do. Now, for a little added bonus into this lesson, we're gonna add some color theory. So we have our color wheel, okay, and you all at home should know what are the three primary colors. So we have red, yellow, and blue, okay? Using paint, those are our three primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and they form this triangle, okay? So we are going to use red, yellow, and blue food coloring, which again, I have these strange packets. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we're gonna try it. Okay, and we are going to use those primaries to mix the three secondaries, okay? If you remember that, you get bonus points. So the secondary colors are orange, green, and violet, or purple. They also make up a triangle, okay? So remember, you have your two primaries on the outside. Those are our pieces of bread, and sandwiched in the middle are the secondary colors. Okay, so it's like a sandwich. You have your two pieces of bread, and in the middle is your sandwich. So let's go ahead and try a popular mixture, which would be yellow and blue, and we're going to make green. Okay, so in the bowl, we're gonna start over, and depending on what colors you have at home are the colors that you can experiment mixing. So we are going to add our dish soap, and then I'm going to add some of this powdered color. Sometimes art teachers use powdered tempera that they have in their closet that's been in there from like the 1970s, but you probably won't have that at home. So again, if you have any type of paint at home, this would work with that as well. Okay, so I've added my blue and my yellow, my 3 parts of water, and now I'm going to mix. So this is making green. It's not the most beautiful shade of green, but it is making green. Make sure you have it all mixed up really well. Okay, and now I am going to blow the bubbles. Okay, I'm gonna take my piece of paper. Look, you can even print another section on the paper that we've already used and overlap. Okay, so I'm pressing down and I'm gonna lift the paper, and now I have my green prints. Okay, so let's go back to our bowl of red that we mixed earlier. And if you can remember, if you look up on our color wheel, okay, what color do we need to add to red to get violet? Okay, so we're trying to make violet, so we would go to the opposite side of the color wheel and we get blue. Okay, so red and blue make violet or purple. So I'm going to add some blue dye in with this red. Okay, at home you can spend more time mixing. I'm gonna go ahead, and this looks like a nice purple color. Blow the bubbles. I'm going to use the same paper that I've been using. So we're not wasting paper, and we're creating a unique piece of artwork here. Okay, gently press and lift, and that made a really nice print. Okay, so one last color let's look at. We have our red, and we want to make orange. Okay, so I'm going to mix red and what to make orange? Red and yellow. Okay, so orange is sandwiched in between red and yellow, so I'm going to add some yellow dye. We're using our primary colors to mix our secondary colors. Okay, mix this up. Getting a nice orange. Okay. Lay my paper on here. Kind of working on the corners and the edges now. Lift it up, and I have my orange prints. Okay, so you can continue experimenting with this. There are all types of different colors that you can make by using your primaries and secondaries on the color wheel. I am very excited to see what you all end up doing with these, whether they're just prints alone, or you turn them into a collage, or you scrapbook with them. Please send me pictures of your work to my email, vdeyoung@houstonisd.org. I'm so excited to see what you all are going to make, and I can't wait to see you all next week for our next art class lesson. I miss you all. I can't wait to see you. I hope everyone is well and safe at home, and have fun making artwork. Have a great day.